12:02 on the Oil Stream. It is a game day. It is a Battle of Alberta game day. It is a home opener game day for the Edmonton Oilers. It is the Boston Pizza Oil Stream. Thank you very much for being here today. It is Nielson and Gazzola with you. I look so tiny compared to Tommy's huge head right now. I don't know. Can you make me look more normal size like Tommy there, just so it's not...
you look so lonely.
It looks
Dusty.
so funny. Like, there we go, Nat. So make that looks a little bit better.
I was like, man, he looks so lonely in that big old studio.
Yeah, the big studio. There we
himself.
go. There we go. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Hernat trim that one side over. Hernat's a little rusty. Hasn't been on the back there in a little while. So all right. You can text us 780-218-9999. I obviously hesitate. I looked at my phone. And when I hold my phone in my hand, I want to say my own number. So I had to hesitate there. You never know, right? You never know. The last thing I need. No, that looks good. I think that looks fine. Yeah, no, that's...
You look very nice.
That's good. I learned after I gave my phone number to Atif that I just can't let that phone number get out anymore, right? So...
Yeah, that's valid. And I did notice, I think it was Hawk on your show this morning.
He had that killer tune.
Collab? Yeah, he's like, do I collab with Atif? And the rest of the Nasty was like, no, don't do it.
The whole chat was like, no, never do that. Never do that.
I thought
Which is kind of funny. Yeah. Oh, that is, it's very funny, to be honest with you. Anyway, Tommy, game day. What's going on, man? What's happening with you? What was going on down there?
Hey, it was a great energy and vibe at the rink. Players, media, just everybody's feeling excited, and that's good. I like that. I had a great chat with Brett Kulak, who you'll hear on the pregame show this evening. We get going at 7. I was going to do Oil Stream from the rink, Dusty. I brought everything, but then I really need to get this mic. I got a new mic in the satellite studio.
I think it sounds really good.
Good. Luke Gazdick, it's the same one Gaz uses for all his stuff from his home studio. So he had the recommendation. And so I'm like, we need to one up our game here on the pre and post when we're in the satellite studio. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to rip over to the home studio. And it was, anyway, the rink was a good vibe. You know what? It's just, to me, it's different than last year when the Oilers had lost the Cup final in 24 and everyone was coming back for last season and the start of it. It almost felt like it was like, oh, we're back. And the cloud had still been lingering over the team and the city after the loss. I don't feel that this year. And I got that sense from the guys in the room. Everybody, even fans, people are excited about this year despite the same result as last year. And I think that's kind of refreshing. And I asked Kulak a little bit about that. He discussed it, and I'm not going to give away his answer, but it's basically like, hey, we need to reset and we need to refocus and we need to go back at it. You can't sulk anymore. There's none of that this year. So I like that. And I think we're going to see a good game tonight. The Flames are obviously excited. They had a good year last year, just missed out on the playoffs. It's going to be interesting.
All right, is Nielson and Gazzola with you? Don't worry, Nan. So I was doing some stuff. I was trying to get the Popeyes graphic ready to go, but this mouse is being a little wonky. So don't worry. I'll be fine. I got it now. Look at this. Let me see here. There we go. Now I need that above there. There we go. We'll get to your Popeyes headlines in just a second. Nancy walked back in. Looked like I had a second head coming out of my neck.
Oh, no.
It's the Oil Stream for Boston Pizza. Donate $5 and get 5 free kids meals right now. Those are those kids cards. So you donate $5, you get 5 free kids meals. You can find more information at bostonpizza.com or pop by any of your Boston Pizza locations. All right, so the vibe is good. You're gonna have Kulak on the pregame show tonight as well. We're gonna get into it. If you have any questions, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Let's get into your Popeyes spicy headlines because we do have the Ekholm news that broke earlier today, Tommy. Matthias Ekholm, a 3-year extension at just $4 million a year. As somebody's already pointed out over on the Nasty Chat, starting next season, he'll be making less than Cody Ceci. So that's a positive, I guess, if you're an Edmonton Oilers fan. Ceci's going to catch strays here forever. I mean, it just constantly will.
How about that debut for the Kings yesterday too?
It wasn't a good look. He was -2. And I saw his like game card was like the worst. Him and who else do they have? Yeah, Dumoulin. Yeah, him and Dumoulin.
Yeah, Dumoulin.
Tough night for him and Dumoulin.
Joel Edmondson there too. Yeah. So,
but what do you think, Tommy? What do you think of Ekholm getting so they'll have him for 4 more years. Obviously, last year was a tough year for him. Straight up Warrior in the playoffs, trying to play through was obviously something of significance. When healthy, I think he's still a really good top 4 defenseman. Hopefully his health can hold up. But at $4 million, even in 3 years, if he's your third pairing guy, third pairing defensemen around the National Hockey League are going to be making $4 million, I think. So yep. I think this is a nice piece of work.
Yeah, it is a nice piece of work. And listen, the guy, I've had nothing but appreciation for him since he's come in to the Oilers, and I think he's fit right in. Chris Knobloch talked about his presence, the presence that he brings. I think everybody gets a pretty good sense of that just watching him, listening to him. He's obviously embraced the community. And this is like that last respectable and respectful deal for Mattias Ekholm, because I mean, listen, like I think he plays a style that he'll be okay even when he's 38, 39, 37, 38 years old. But he's probably going to have to, fall down the pecking order a little bit, become a third pairing guy, maybe moonlight as a second pairing guy. And it's just kind of, fading away and with diligence and respect. And I think that's kind of what this deal shows. And he's going to be paid well. And you're right, the cap with it going up and the projections initially being lower than what's anticipated now, it's a fairly reasonable contract. So I was a bit surprised with the 3 years, but that's okay. I mean, this might lead to him being a part of management and sticking around longer. I do get the sense that he likes it here. I do get the sense that he wants to be a part of whatever the Oilers have built up. And I always wondered too, he seems like just a good hockey guy. And if he doesn't want to go back to Sweden year round, I mean, I think Edmonton would be a nice home for him and his family. And he could still be a part of this organization as it continues to stay at the top of the NHL's pecking order. So I like it. Got a lot of time for it. Well done, Oilers. Next, get Brett Kulak locked up.
Somebody was going to ask, what do you think a Kulak extension could look like here, Tommy?
Similar to this Ekholm one, right? Like, can Kulak command $5 million? I don't think so.
I don't know. No way.
No. And so, like, I think it'd be reasonable to give him a bit of a salary bump up and give him a few years, but I don't think he's going to be, in the hunt for something astronomical. I think he's very settled in here. He's very happy to be at home. He's got his young family. I know that he's very much an Albertan. I've talked to him and he likes to spend his off season in the mountains with his wife and kids and stuff. So I think, you could pay Kulak a little bit more. You could give him a few years. And if he continues to just be a solid defenseman like he is, then I don't think Oil Country will be too upset with, a 3-year deal for a 4-year deal for Kulak because he's younger than Ekholm at a reasonable rate. And I think that, he's the type of guy that would probably not try to break the bank by any means. Not that he really can, but I think he's very thoughtful that way.
You're thinking maybe a little bit of a team-friendly deal there too, eh? Considering the spot he's in.
Yeah.
A few good runs at a Stanley Cup, local guy. See it coming in a little bit more than where he's at right now, but nothing too crazy. Like 3.5, 2 years, 3.5, something like that.
Why? That's pretty easy to swallow, isn't it?
3.5 would be easy to swallow.
Yeah.
I wonder if he wants close to Ekholm. Maybe it's 3.8, maybe it's 3.7. Who said 3.8? Somebody over in the chat. Yeah, Mojis 2.0 says 3.8 would be perfect. I mean, something along those lines. I don't think Kulak's going to be like, no, I'm going to market to get 4.5. I don't. Is it really going to be worth it for you, the extra $700,000 to get out of what is a pretty ideal spot right now? Now, I think Rip City Sepp made an interesting point over here in the chat.
Was it something about Regula? He's been all over the Regula.
No, he's a big Regula guy. But Rip says Ekholm will be 36, Nurse will be 31, Wallman will be 30, and Kulak will be 32 next season. I mean, but 31, 30, 32 for the next couple of years, those guys, they can still play. It's not like they're all 37, 38, and they're starting to fall off a little bit. You're all concerned about the bulk of the defensemen being in their early 30s?
Well, if they start getting slow and shitty, then yeah, but I don't see that really happening. Kulak still skates well.
Kulak skates extremely well.
Skates well.
Yeah.
Ekholm, I don't think we look at him as a burner by any means, but he gets around the ice just fine. As of now, no. And that's good to note by Rip City Step, but you do have a couple of young D-men that are kind of on their way up. Regula is one of them. Like, all jokes aside, literally, he's going to be in there. We're going to see how he can handle his first bit of NHL action. And I think there's a plan in place for Regula from an Oilers standpoint. So if you need an infusion of youth, you also have Ty Emberson as well, who's in his early to mid-20s now. So you do have a little bit of balance, at least, and Bouchard's not old either. So let's see how they handle aging those guys in their 30s, and if they move well and they're not getting turned around and beat wide all the time, then I think they'll be okay. And you know what, man, you got to reassess it year by year, mid-season, whatever. Like, always reevaluating your guys in the back end, and they're turning up slow and they're getting burnt a lot, and they're all of a sudden missing checks. Then yeah, you got to reevaluate and try to find some new blood or upgrade. But as of right now, I think it's okay.
Penner's Pancakes over on the Nasty Chat. Of course, if you're on TuneIn or iHeart or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com and you want to contact us, contribute to the show, we'd love to hear from you. You can text us at 780-218-9999. We're in the middle of the Boston Pizza oil stream here. It's the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen spicy headlines. They've got a great deal right now. The 3-piece chicken, bone-in chicken, big 3 pieces, juicy bone-in chicken, just $8 at all Popeyes locations. Penner's Pancake says, Kulak 3 years at $4 million is digestible, but you could potentially have a really cheap pair in Leppinen/Regula and Emberson sometime next year if you required that, I guess is what he's saying. Could be an option. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think you have to rush and get a Kulak extension done anytime soon, but I think he's a guy that you probably would like to stick around.
Yeah, and those other guys, again, like, fair point, and I'm not going to disregard that, but they don't have a lot of NHL experience, and what have we learned? Contenders have guys that have played a long time in the NHL generally. So, but we'll see.
All right, some good text messages rolling in. Oil City Dynasty, I see yours. I'll reply to you a little bit later on today, but thank you for listening. It says, just letting you know I'm tuning in for the first time live. I usually listen to the podcast in the late afternoon or evening, but thank you very much for being here, man. We'll try to get you ready for this hockey game tonight. Hey, tell your buddies, too, how easy it is to just stream us live as well. But to your Popeyes spicy headlines today, extension for Kulak or for Ekholm. Now they were at about 23. This will take 4 off. So 19 mil, Tommy, but with 5 defensemen under contract.
Yeah.
And 10 forwards that are on the roster tonight under contract, including Hyman. 10 forwards under contract, including the core for next year. That 19 million could end up going a long way, man. I don't know if you were chatting about with anybody at the rink today, but that 19 million that they've got right now, very much, I used this term this morning, I'm going to try to use it regularly, could very well be weaponized in order to deliver a Stanley Cup for Connor McDavid, couldn't it?
Great term. Yep, absolutely. And they better weaponize that money.
They have to. I mean, that's why it's there. This is
the time to make it happen. And so if you don't, I mean, that's on the management team of Jeff Jackson and Stan Bowman. You're going to have to earmark probably $5 to $6 million, maybe a little bit more for a goalie, whether or not it's Stu Skinner or someone else. You know, so that might take a little bit more off, and he's still got room to wiggle around and make some stuff happen. So they, for the first time in forever, Dusty, have kind of put themselves into a good spot with the cap. It's unbelievable to say it because
it's because of McDavid. Like, it's just, it's because McDavid wanted them to be in a good spot with the salary cap. And
you know what, man? Well done, sir.
Think about it. If not, we're sitting here going, oh, they've got 12 mil. They've got to sign 2 goaltenders. They've got to get a top 6 forward. They need to add another defenseman. Mm-hmm. That's not the case. No. That's not the case now. And that is because of Connor McDavid. It's not because of anybody else. It's not because management did a great job, making him stick at 12. That's because Connor McDavid was like, no, I'd like us to have some cap flexibility for the next couple of summers. So he just went out and did that. And I think that's awesome.
Let me sprinkle a little Salt Bay on that point with the cap space, because that's going off the projection of 104 to 105.
That's off the 104. Yeah.
Okay. And again, just as a reminder, teams and agents are already starting to work under the premise that it might be closer to 108. So there could be a few more million available to the Oilers there too, depending where it ends up. And that all comes back to revenue, and Pagnotta was talking about expansion. We're going to hear more about that. So, you could even say it could be upwards of 26 million-ish in space for the Oilers. Weaponize it, please. And thank you. Make Oil Country happy.
Man, can you imagine if they get, let's just say it goes up by next free agency window, and instead of 19 or whatever they have left after, maybe they keep another guy here or there. A Connor McDavid led team with 24 million in cap space and 10 forwards and 5 defensemen already signed. I mean,
go get it.
There's a lot of potential there to do some serious damage. So I think that's got to be exciting. Dirty Don texts in and says, didn't Chris Russell have a 4 mil AAV? Chris Russell was a 4x4. That was a Chiarelli special, wasn't it? 16 million for 4 years for Russell.
I think there was a no movement clause in there somewhere too.
I'd be shocked if there wasn't, to be honest with you.
Yeah, seriously.
God,
look that up.
So yeah, the Ekholm deal is going to look pretty good. Chris Russell had a song at 1260, for goodness sakes. We like the guy, but that was a little pricey. All right, let's give you a quick look at what we got cooking with our title sponsor of Edmonton Sports Talk. That would be the team over at Play Alberta. If you have not yet downloaded the Play Alberta app, please do. They've got improved odds for all major North American leagues this year, including the National Football League and the NHL, and a bunch of odds boosts. More odds boosts this year on Oilers games than in previous years. So that's exciting as well. It's all more convenient than ever with the new and improved Play Alberta app. Download that today. Use the code EST50. So you go to make a deposit. They'll ask you for a code. You put in EST50, you deposit 50, you get a $50 free bet. Same thing goes for EST Sports as well. Make your bets count for you and everyone else with the Play Alberta app. With hundreds of player prop bets on the biggest leagues, including the National Hockey League, you're not just playing for fun, you're supporting your provinces. Play Alberta revenue helps fund Alberta-based programs and services. Deposit today with those promo codes that I had mentioned. It's been a busy day. I've been feeding some things over to the guys at Play Alberta today. And if you are brand new and you've not yet checked it out, at playalberta.ca, you'll see odds boost daily specials. Click on EST specials, and then you'll have to hit load more because we've got a bunch already in there. A few that relate to this game tonight. The early bird bet from earlier today on the Nielsen show. Oilers to win. Connor McDavid, 2+ points. Draisaitl to finish +1 or better. That's +220. And then we did throw the Oilers to win by 2 or more tonight into a parlay with the Leafs and the Golden Knights. That's 4-1. And then my play of the day that'll be posted on social media when I'm done with Oil Stream here. It's actually a Trent Frederick point tonight, +153. Gets to ride shotgun with the big guys. You have to think McDavid and Draisaitl will be flying, Tommy. I do not hate a Frederick point tonight. I know he hasn't looked lights out in the preseason with those guys, but in a game like this against a rival like Calgary, I mean, something might bounce off of him, for goodness sake. So a Trent Frederick point, I got it boosted. I think it was +140 something. It's +153. You can find it. You can bet it up until 8 o'clock tonight. It's on the EST specials page. But big opportunity for Frederick here to start the year with those two guys.
Funny, we were talking about him and Klapka being on the top lines for their respective teams tonight. Two big boys that aren't afraid to throw down. Could you imagine what the conversation between those two might be? Like, hey, man, let's not fight tonight because we're both on the first line. That would be amazing. Or if they just fought anyway and then returned to the game later and Frederick did pick up a point. But you're right. Like, with Trent Frederick, his job is to go to the net, make space for those other guys, play a simple game up and down the ice, and get the puck the hell out of your own zone if it comes to you on the wall, whenever it does. But a great opportunity for him. Let's see if he can rise to the occasion. I don't think he needs to get too fancy here, Dusty. Like, if he's handling the puck for more than 2 seconds, stop it. Stop it and give it to the other two guys. Let them take care of it. Go be mean. Go be big. Go be nasty. And if a puck bounces off of you and in, or bounces off of you, goes to the other guys and they bury it, fantastic. So I like that little sprinkle of getting him in on the point action tonight. And listen, just go be a menace, be a big body. Don't take stupid penalties, especially in the offensive zone. I think he gets the message, and let's see how he handles the assignment.
All right, Tommy, do you have the line combination? Can you take us through the line combinations? I'm just going to fix something with the graphics. So take us through the line combination.
I can happily take you through the line combinations. So the aforementioned Trent Frederick is going to be with McDavid and Draisaitl. That's how they were skating today. You're going to see Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with Andrew Mangiapane on his left, and then Matt Savoy on the right. Adam Henrique centering Ike Howard and David Tomaszek. We'll talk about that in a second because Chris Knobloch had some interesting things to say about that line and why they're together. You got Noah Philp with Podkolzin and Kapanen. On defense, Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Regula, Kulak with Emberson, Stu Skinner starts in goal, Dustin Wolf at the other end of the rink. Now, Jake Wallman was skating with Troy Stecher. I took a little video of that, posted it on X. And Dusty, going back to Henrique, Howard, and Tomaszek, Knobloch said he has full faith in Tomaszek playing center. And if that time comes or an opportunity or a situation presents itself, he has no problem sliding Tomaszek, whatever, into center. But he said, I think he used the term unfair for Howard and Henrique as lefties to put them on the right side. That's why for now he's starting with Henrique down the middle, leaving Howard on the left side, and then Tomaszek can slide to the right and they can go from there. Like, listen, if Henrique's getting murdered on the dot tonight or he's slow and can't do anything, you could bump someone up, move Tomaszek over to center. There's flexibility here, and I think that's a key component of this lineup. Again, and it's kind of been a theme for the Oilers for the last few years. So interesting what Knobloch had to say in regard to that trio and how they were kind of put together and the mindset there. So don't get too stuck on the idea that Tomaszek is just a right winger. We could see him slide to the way from the wing over to center, vice versa for Adam Henrique. But as of today, that's the plan going into this game against the Flames.
Do the line combinations that start tonight end tonight? It sounds crazy, but in the first game last year, it didn't happen.
Yeah, I know. They got their asses kicked last year. So if they keep the game close and all four lines are relatively effective, not getting caved in, then yeah. If they're down and if there's trouble brewing in their own zone, which don't get me wrong, these Oilers are completely capable of imploding in their own zone. We've watched them do it, even with championship caliber teams or contending teams. I put it at like 70% that these lines stay together by night's end. But man, we've seen Chris Knobloch flip the switch and get the bingo balls out pretty quickly at times. So I don't fall in love with these lines is what I'm saying, basically.
What about immediate impact in this bottom six, Tommy? What do you think you're going to get from Philp with Kapanen and Podkolzin, and then obviously Henrique with a couple of guys who are fresh faces to this organization. Are you expecting much from them? And I guess if this team's going to get off to a good start, does it have to be McDavid and Draisaitl sort of lighten it up for a couple of weeks right out of the gate?
Hopefully that's not the case, and it's not just that line lighting it up. Hopefully they get some secondary scoring. Obviously that would be I don't think that's wishful thinking, but that's best case scenario. I'll start with the fourth line, Dusty, or quote unquote fourth line.
Yeah, however it works.
Okay, three big guys, three guys who can skate, three guys who could throw their body around, three guys who can grind down low in the offensive zone, and all of them have some skill. Like, listen, I'd want Kapanen and Philp handling the puck more than than Podkolzin a little bit. I'd want to see Podkolzin being the menace in front, the poop disturber, however you want to describe him. And then, if he gets his touches, he has a little bit of a knack to bury pucks. He's got a great shot, obviously. We've seen that at times a bit last year. But that line should be able to be, competent in its own zone. You got a couple of veterans on the wings. Philp, who's worked at his game, had a great training camp last year, was pretty good this year. More confidence there. He's played some NHL games. I think he's a step up automatically over Derek Ryan compared to last year.
Yeah, that's fair.
That to me is the starting point. I look at that line and I go, okay, should be able to get out of your own zone, should be able to muck it up offensively. Doesn't have to be pretty, but you can go and tilt the ice in your team's favor. I don't know what to expect from Henrique, Howard, and Tomaszek. Like, you get two veteran guys that have played pro hockey for a
real
long time,
mystery line. Hey, Tommy, a really mystery. Yeah.
Like, I have no idea. Like, Howard is just figuring out the NHL. This is going to be a huge night for him. Knobloch talked about maybe this being like a huge, very exciting night for David Tomaszek, who's 29, played a bunch of years in the other great leagues in the world. But this is it. This is the show, and maybe he has butterflies. That was kind of the line of thought there when Knobloch was speaking. So this line, mystery line, is a great way to describe it. I mean, there's good elements to it if you look at each player individually. But at the same time, you're like, they could have trouble if they don't really feed off of each other that well, and they don't know how to play with one another, don't find any chemistry. Second line, I don't know. I like Savoy. I think Savoy, he's got the blessing from his coach. He looks like he's ready to take the next step. He's got a very competent centerman in Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is at his best when he's moving his feet. And then you got a guy in Andrew Mangiapane that is also a good veteran player, probably hungry to get back into more of an offensive role. And there should be opportunity on that line, a little bit smaller, but those are good players. And if they're hungry and they play with a little bit of gusto, in theory, they should be respectable.
What say you, everybody? What are your expectations for this bottom six here out of the gate? 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. We get to a few of your text messages there as well. It's the Play Alberta numbers game here on the Oil Stream. We're going to lead you into EST afternoons from 1 until 3, and then the Reed Wilkins Show, Smash It Reed Wilkins Show from 3 until 6 today, getting you ready. Tommy will be back at 7 o'clock tonight with the Oil Stream GCL Diesel pregame show, and then postgame show to follow as well. I'm sure there will be no overreaction, good or bad, on the postgame tonight, right, Tommy?
None at all. It'll be smooth sailing. We will not overanalyze anything. Stu Skinner will get glowing praise. I'm kidding. I'm being completely facetious. It's funny because Patty Steinberg's in town.
Okay.
And first of all, I hugged it out with Pat instead of a handshake, just for all of us, sake. Okay. Big hug.
Really?
Yeah. Well, we all love Pat Steinberg.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, why do we have to hug Steinberg? We love Steinberg. Knows we love us. Did we burn a bridge with Steinberg or
no?
Oh, okay.
No, we just,
I was going to say,
that's how much we appreciate him. We hug him.
We do love him. I didn't know you were going around.
Hug.
It sounded like something had gone wrong and you were smoothing things over with a hug.
Absolutely not.
How many people you hug at the rink today, Tommy?
Pat Steinberg.
Just Steinberg, hey?
Well, I think Gene kind of gave me a hug too. That was
side hug,
really nice,
like a side hug from Uncle Gene.
Yeah. Uncle
That's
Gene,
nice.
Good to see him. But Patty, we was talking with him, and he was telling me about that 8-1 loss that the Flames had to the Canucks at the Saddle Dome, a week and a half ago. And I'm like, Patty, how did that post game sound? He goes, I kept it tight. But people were overreacting to that one. I was like, well, buckle up, baby. Here we go. You on that side, me on this side. Listen, man, if the Oilers pull out a win and it's an exciting one, we're going to pick some things apart. I think we'll be diligent about it because I think even like us as media and the fan base in these last few years, I think we've all come to a certain expectation and understanding of the ebbs and flows of the season. Now there are extremes. Can't not acknowledge that, but I think everybody's going to handle things relatively well. We'll get some craziness from some people as well. Okay, Dusty's gone. I'm going to get to the inbox. 780-218-9999. Hit us up in the nasty chat as well. Get that thumbs up going. It is the Oil Stream brought to you by Boston Pizza. This text says, as long as McDavid and Draisaitl are playing together, the Oilers are looking for a middle six or bottom nine. That's actually a good point. Expect that. Dave Pagnato was talking about that on Hello Hockey. I think that's what they're going to be in the market for at some point this season. Coach Mike asking, can Wallman be a 50-point D-man, 40 more realistic? Coach Mike, to me, probably more so a 40-point guy.
I think 40 with there's a lot of bodies around here offensively. He's not going to be getting a lot of juicy power play time.
No. And
if he could put up 40 points with majority of it coming at even strength, man, that's a really nice season.
8 to 10 goals, I think, is realistic. I think, if some people were suggesting maybe he could push for 15, but I don't know. Like I think 8 to 10 goals, 35 points. If you get to 40, that's pretty good in my opinion.
15 goals. What is this? Darnell Nurse in a contract year? Like, come on.
Ooh,
I don't.
Just kidding.
That would be quite a bit. I mean, that would be
quite a bit.
That'd be a hell of a season.
Bouchard, we should be talking about 15 to 20.
Yeah,
right?
Bouchard, I think in a perfect world, you're talking 20, but 15 minimum is what it should be for Bouchard. I mean, with the spots that he's put in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a little bit different, I think. But still, pretty good thought process. Also on the pre and post game tonight, Ben Thompson will be making his pre and post game debut. He has been brought in. He obviously does some social media for us during the day here at Edmonton Sports Talk, and then we're gonna put him on pre and post with Tommy. You've had him on Hello Hockey for a little while. Benny's a pretty talented kid. He's got a lot of opinions. He's going to be sharing them. I look forward to seeing Benny on pre and post tonight, buddy.
Benny's going to see some things this season. He's going to experience some things this season.
Those young eyes.
Yeah, those baby eyes, those young baby eyes he's going to come out of this year hardened, battle tested, and a little bit sharper. But he, like you said, very talented. I think he's pretty eager to get going. He's excited. Happy to have Benny on. Now, I do miss, don't get me wrong, like I love Ben.
Yeah.
But I will miss the Latino heat a little bit. But the Latino heat, that flame was just turned down to a simmer, and then it really kicks up from 1 to 3 on our station. So
that's the thing. The Latino heat will be ready to roll every day from 1 until 3.
Yeah.
And he'll have all the heat be ready to go right after Oil Stream 3 days a week.
Man, a cigarette.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think Hernan's lungs could handle more post games after all the darts that he would have to take down last year. So,
oh my God.
But yeah, no, Ben's excited to do it, and I think you'll really enjoy it with him. So yeah, we'll have that going tonight, pregame and postgame. And I told Ben, whatever you do, don't start smoking because of this. So
that is very smart.
Yeah.
Wise words.
It is the Boston Pizza oil stream. Did you talk to Steinberg at all about expectations down in Calgary for the Flames? Like Button was on our show this morning and he basically said he thinks they're a 78 to 82 point team and they were at 96 last year. Yeah. Wow. Button said they're basically not a very good hockey team.
Really?
So,
no, but we'll get, I'm going to try to see if Patty can hop on. I know he's got his own shows to worry about, but maybe Ryan Pike or someone. We'll get somebody on and we'll ask him about that. I'm surprised that Craig is writing them off like that because I kind of like where they're going. I've been giving them modest praise. I think there's a hunger with the Flames. Now, a lot of it will have to a success that they could have, potential success will have to do with what kind of year does Dustin Wolf have? Does the defense hold up? What kind of offense do they get? Now, Huberdeau's hurt. We won't see him tonight.
Yeah.
Correct's not playing. I think they have Pospisil's hurt, and I know he's kind of become an important middle of the road, kind of middle six player for them. I don't know. Like they have good players, Dusty, and I think they have like a good work ethic. And I like the hunger that they showed last year. And I feel like they might be in the mix for a playoff spot again this season. So I'm surprised that Craig would just kind of disregard them and say that they're a 70 to 80 point team.
Yeah, he said a lot of things went really right for them last year. Right, to get up to that 96 and just miss. RCN was making a good point this morning. Like if they're going to push for a playoff spot, it's going to have to probably largely be on the shoulders of Dustin Wolf, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like, and Wolf's capable. I mean, he's pretty good, but I don't know. I don't think Calgary will be as close to a playoff spot as they were last year. We were asked this morning on 3 Questions Too Many on the Nielson Show, and if you are an Oil Stream like podcast listener after the fact, and you haven't checked it out yet, the Nielson Show is live every day now on 95.7 Cruise FM as well. So please check it out and tell your buddies that the Nielsen Show's also on the radio once again. We were asked this morning, like, which team in the division breaks up the Golden Knights, Oilers, and Kings? And I know, there are surprises from year to year, Tommy, but I just don't know if anybody can make a case to convince me that any of these other teams in the division are going to finish in the top 3 in the division. It's going to be some form of Vegas, Edmonton, Kings. You can convince me on the order 100%. If you even want to make a case for the Kings to be up there and, with Cece in the lineup after last night, I'm not sure you want to, but you could make a case for those 3 teams. But I just don't see anybody else. Like, there'll be some steps. Sure. I'm sure some of these teams might take some steps, but I think Calgary, for example, might take a little bit of a step back. So I don't know. Is there any way somebody sneaks into that top 3?
I certainly don't think Seattle does. I think they've kind of been spinning their tires. People around the league look at them and go, what are they doing? I don't know if they know. That's what it seems like right now. San Jose, absolutely not. Calgary, okay. Like if we're going off of what Craig said, and a lot of things had to go right for them to get to 96 points, then a year of things having to go right for them, again, I think gets them into the mix. I think people, you know what though, Dusty, the one thing about the Flames now is maybe people took them a little too easily last year at times, and now they're on people's radar, and maybe they get everybody's A game. Perhaps. That's just a thought. The LA Kings, to me, I'm not so sure about. They have great pieces. They've got some old guys. Obviously, it's Kopitar's last year. Kemper had a good year last year. Doughty's kind of evolved, but I look at them and the guys they brought in, Corey Perry included, who got booed last night by the home crowd, by the way, when he was introduced, which was hilarious.
That was funny.
Yeah.
That was really good.
They got older, slower, and you could say maybe they're not as good. I don't know what the Kings are going to be this year. I think they might be in jeopardy of falling back a little bit. And then the one team that I think is going to be a thorn in everyone's side, and I maintain this, I've been saying it for the last few days, Anaheim. Like, they might not be the most
tell me
talented.
what's up with this. Why is Anaheim going to be a thorn?
Because they're a bunch of a-holes. They play like a-holes, and they have that mentality, and they have some young skill. They finally just gave the net to Dostal. There's no more Gibson issues lingering around them and wondering if he's going to stay or go. And he plays, 43 minutes in a game and then pulls himself because he feels like he's hurt. That's all done with. They kind of have this like screw you type of mentality when they play, it feels like. And I think that they're gonna be a menace every night. And so I don't know if that translates into contending for a playoff spot, but to me, I look at them and I go, that's not an easy 2 points if you're facing the Anaheim Ducks anymore. I feel like you're going to have to earn it.
Here's a look at the Ducks roster. Leo Carlson, who, if he takes a step, that helps your cause for sure. I think he's an extremely talented guy. He started to find his way. Leo Carlson between Troy Terry and Chris Kreider, who's out there now. Mason McTavish with Granlund and Cutter Gauthier. Strome with Killorn and Vetrano. And then Ryan Poehling with Bennett Seneke, the young guy, and Ross Johnston, which isn't bad, actually. That's a better group than they had last year. And then Jackson Lacombe, who just got that payday with Radko Gudas, Zellweger and Trouba, Mintyukov and Hellison.
There's some good young players on that team.
Yeah, you know what? Finish ahead of one of Calgary or Vancouver?
I didn't even talk about Vancouver. They'll finish ahead of if they're going to finish ahead of one of those teams. I think it's Vancouver. I don't have.
I like a bunch of people in the chat saying Demko could be the wild card. Like if he stays healthy, plays well, maybe the Canucks are a team that could sort of factor into the division a little bit.
There's just something with the Canucks. I just feel like, I don't know, man. It's from the top down. It's too many people pulling in their own direction. It feels like that, and that could be a problem. But you know what? Elias Pettersson did put on 13 pounds this offseason, so I can't overlook that.
Oh, yeah, he bulked up a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, watch out. Watch out.
Dad/unit texts in at 780-218-9999, says the Flames have an advantage every game when their opposition tries to do a pre-scout. How do you plan for a team when you don't know who the random player is on the first line?
Is that a Klapka burn?
Klapka tonight. Somebody else, maybe the next day. Yeah. Troll texts in and says, I live in Calgary. I hate the Flames. I hate Flames fans, but Steinberg is cool.
He's awesome.
So that's good. That's good for Patty Steinberg to be on the right side. Be on the right side of that text.
He's the best. I love Pat Steinberg.
Tony from BP's
Uh-oh.
texts in. Says Tomasek, 2 goals, 1 on the power play, 1 even strength. Bet it. Tony, I think you've already
did, Tony.
He's already bet Tomasek more than the entire city needs to bet Tomasek. Now, I will say this about Tony and his Tomasek bet. It looks better now than it did 3 months ago, 4 months ago, right?
Point.
He's on the team.
Absolutely.
He's going to be mixed in a little bit. I still think saying 25 goals is beyond ridiculous. But it does look a little bit better than when they signed him and he's like, this guy's going to come in and score 25. Like,
yep.
That might also not be a bad bet tonight too. If Tomasek's going to be playing first power play unit, what's a point for Tomasek like tonight?
Ooh, a little sprinkle.
I wonder if
I'll tell you what, Tony.
It's not the worst idea.
My tummy's grumbling right now. It's growling for something delicious like a Philly dipper or maybe we're gonna need a Boston Brute delivered ASAP, Tony. Yeah, let's go, Tony. And we're there on the 14th, by the way, for pre and post.
I was just gonna bring that up. I just brought it up. Here's what we've got schedule wise. Clairview Boston Pizza is possibly looking at picking some of these up as well. October 14th. At the 170th Street. That's the Westgate Boston Pizza. Tommy's there a bunch last year. So October 14th, October 26th, November 15th, and November 22nd is what we've got locked in so far for pre and post game on location at the Westgate Boston Pizza. Might be a few other Boston Pizzas that hop in here as well. And if you want to find that out and see where we are on location, EdmontonSportsTalk.com and then just click on location. And it'll pop up. Actually, a week from today, Tommy and I will be at Subway, the brand new Subway down in Sunwapta in that new development area just past the old Bell building. We are going to be there next Wednesday, live, first ever oil stream at a Subway. I'll be there for the lock shop as well. We'd love to get a bunch of you out that day. Basically, you come in, you buy a drink, you get a free 6-inch sub for lunch.
Nice.
Which is pretty good. And you'll be able to enter your name into a draw for a $100 Subway gift card. So pop on by. You don't have to come in and hang out with us for an hour, but we'll be there live doing the show. You can pop in. You can have lunch with it. We'd love to see you there. So join us. Make plans to join us a week from today. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, Wednesday.
Yep.
Next Wednesday, the 15th, Sunwapta Subway. And there's a drive-thru there too. So if you want to whip through the drive-thru, then yell at us through the drive-thru. That would be cool as well. But make plans to join us. If you want free lunch, swing on by, get a drink, get a cookie, get something, and you get a free 6-inch sub that day for lunch. So hopefully we'll see a bunch of you out there. That is a week from today on the West End, just out towards the Henday there. There's that Costco, and they got the new development in there. That's where the Subway is. It used to be on the other side of Stony Plain Road by the Walmart, but they moved it to the other side. So they're looking forward to having us there. We're looking forward to being there. I absolutely love that place, and looking forward to see everybody pop by. And what happens at Subways is that people love to share what their sub is. We're like, well, this is my sub. This is what I go to. This is what I go to all the time, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing a bunch of people roll in and go like, well, my sub is the let's say, I don't know, Tommy, what's your sub?
I usually get is it sweet onion chicken teriyaki?
Sweet onion chicken teriyaki, absolutely delicious.
I like the beef and ched as well. And, I was laughing every time Trev would go through his Subway order. I would kind of giggle, but he was like listing off 9 different sauces that he puts on his
Yeah,
sub.
he just goes crazy.
Yeah, that's a saucy sub. The bun can get soaked. I love Chipotle and I love ranch.
Those are good ideas. Those are good ideas.
I'm getting hungry right now.
Actually, I'm kind of hungry too. The thing for me at Subways is that I don't know how many times I go to Subway quite often. Like when I'm in Vancouver, there's one right by the hotel. I'll hit that up. I go Subways all over this country that I go to, but it's always weird for me because I'm like, you don't want any veggies on this, sir? And I'm like, nope, I'm good. Unless there's people around me, then I'll be like, yeah, put a little bit of lettuce on, I guess. But for the most part, yeah.
We're talking about our subs. Like you mentioned lettuce. I have foregone lettuce for the last 7 or 8 years, and I just go tomato and green pepper.
See, but I would never do any of that. The only thing I would put on there is lettuce.
Yeah.
Right. So if I'll get, let's say I get sweet onion chicken teriyaki, for example.
Yeah.
I'll go lettuce on that one.
Okay.
Turkey bacon ranch. If people are around me, I'll put a little bit of lettuce on it. If they don't, I'm just going barbecue sauce and ranch. It's delicious. Pizza never gets veggies anywhere near it. Sometimes I'll throw some chicken on there. But yeah, it's gonna be good.
I love how it matters if someone's around you and you.
Well, I don't want to be
judged.
embarrassed by being this guy who doesn't get veggies on his sub.
It's your sub. Build it your way.
Know, but I don't like the awkward looks.
Do it for you.
I don't like the looks. You know what I would like? I'm going to actually text Robert over there before we get there. I would like to make a sub for you. Like I want to go behind. I want to go. I've always wanted to do that. Yeah, I want to go be an artist for one time. Let me make one sub. That would be cool. I'd make you a sub, Tommy.
I trust you. I really do. Yeah. I would love that. We should do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's. I think we'll be able to make that work. So yeah, next it's going to be a great time. Next Wednesday, make plans to join us in the Sunwapta subway, the new one down on the west end of the city here on Stony Plain Road, just past the old Big Bell building on the corner across the street from the Walmart. We'd love to see you pop on by. Everybody has their sub orders there. Zach's sitting here right now. Zach, what's your Subway? What's your go-to sub at Subway?
I'm a pretty basic guy when it comes to Subway. I get the cold cut almost every time. I think it's a great value.
That's a steady Eddie. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's my go-to. Sometimes I mix her up, but usually when I go, I get it fully loaded. Don't even take anything off. Like
you put everything on it.
I'll get everything, but I won't make it as saucy. Sometimes I'll change up the sauce. A good honey mustard.
That's good.
A garlic sauce.
Yeah,
those will suffice for me. But I'll get it fully loaded with all the veggies, so nobody's looking at me.
I've gotten meatball with Chipotle. That's a good little mix. It's a nice little spices it up a little bit. It's pretty good. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, no, it should be good. So yeah, we'd love to have you pop by next week. Let us know what your sub is and come on by and pick up a 6-inch for free. Buy a drink, buy a bag of chips, buy a cookie, buy whatever. With any purchase, you'll get a 6-inch sub for free at that Subway location next Wednesday, which should be good.
What are they calling it now? A 15.24 centimeter?
There's something going on there with the measurements. Yeah. You know a lot about sub measurements, Zach. I'm pretty impressed. Impressed.
I see the commercial a lot, Dustin.
We will also have Oil Stream back live on location at the Capilano Boston Pizza later this month. Still locking in a date there, but it'll be one of the Mondays or Wednesdays in the final 2 weeks of October as well. Tommy, what about this ovation tonight, my man? What's it going to be like when Connor McDavid gets introduced in front of pretty much a sold-out crowd tonight? What's it going to look like? What's it going to sound like? Do they? I mean, is it 5, 6, 7 minutes of an ovation? Is it 2 minutes because it's 2 years? It's Zach. Shut up. You said 6, 7. Enough.
Stop
Enough of
that,
Zach. You're going to get fired if you keep this up.
Right in the backhand.
Well, how long are you thinking tonight, Tommy?
I think it'll be like, you'll hear the roar when he's introduced. Maybe like 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
I think 2 minutes.
One for each year on the extension?
Yeah, sure. I think there's going to be a lot of appreciation. There's certainly a lot of relief. I'd go 2 minutes. I know like people are saying, 12 minutes for the 12.5. No, that's too long. And so, I think, a minute or two would be reasonable. And I think we see that tonight. So good on him, man. He's, again, putting his money where his mouth is. And there is I'll say it, there's a good vibe in that room. And these guys are hungry. And it's refreshingly different from how it felt going into last season.
You think he goes off tonight? You think there's a 3-point night coming?
Yeah, you can't bet against him. I mean,
no, but you can bet for it.
You can bet for it.
You can bet for it.
Alberta, use your game sense. I think that line probably wants to dictate the pace, and they want to get off to a good start. The last 2 years, the starts have been bad, and I think they're kind of tired of that, and they don't want to claw their way out of like a hole like they did 2 seasons ago, and kind of a mediocre start like last year. So it feels like there's an onus on not messing around. Don't play with your food. Get the job done. Show the Calgary Flames which team's better in this province, and start the season on the right foot. Here's
a suggestion that Oilers fans are going to cheer every single time McDavid touches the puck tonight. I like that idea. Luke in Cowtown says, I totally agree with that last Steinberg text. He is a beauty, and Flame fans are poopy. So there's There's that. What's coming up on EST Afternoons today? Do you have Zach to the Future today?
No, we don't have that until Fridays. We do have Hernan's World, though, today. We're going to talk about some teams that made the playoffs last year and might miss out this year.
Okay, that's good.
Or teams that were just missing out last year, just
sneak
outside. And some that might sneak in. We also talk about some unsung heroes for the Oilers this year as well. Inside the numbers for Play Alberta, Michael Trakos from the Hockey News will be checking in on the show, and Danny Austin from Post Media Calgary.
Danny Austin's a beauty. Yeah, no, that's okay. That's a good one.
Flames perspective.
Okay, but I wanted to play just on the spot Zach to the Future with you. Tell me what line this Tommy. You don't guess. I would think you know. I would think you know.
Okay,
Zach, tell me what line this movie's from. This fresh, cold, delicious, turkey-filled, cold-cut combo from Subway. I eat 3 every day to keep me strong.
Oh, jeez.
Tommy, you know it.
Oh, I know it.
No.
I think I can see it in my mind right now.
Of course, right? Zach,
if I had the audio clip
pretend
of it.
this, this is a sub. He's like, this fresh, delicious, cold, turkey-filled, cold-cut combo from Subway. I eat 3 every day to keep me strong.
Darn, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like it's a Will Ferrell movie for some reason.
Next line is, "Hey, blank, can I have one?" And then the
coming up,
and he smokes one to the guy.
Anchorman
with a golf club.
Oh, Happy Gilmore.
Hey, Zach, well done.
Only a few hints there, yeah. Huh?
Yeah, good work, Zach. You got it. That's a good one.
You watch Happy
Dusty,
Gilmore again.
I have to do one more thing before we wrap the show. I promised Reed I would do this. Got to give some love to my man, Reed Wilkins.
Okay.
He said, "Will you mention me on your show today?" I said, "Yes, I'll mention you on my show today." So
that's it.
That's all he wanted. He wants some love. So I wanted to give him some love. I will say this though. It is awesome to be able to work the room with strategy with Reed. He's like, "What do you want to do? Do you need a one-on-one or do you want me to do one-on-ones? Or do you want to do the scrums?" And I'm just like, dude, I'm going to talk to Kulak, do whatever you want. But if you want to do scrums, do scrums. And just like to attack the room like that. What a get. And I'll never get tired of having Reed Wilkins on our team.
I love to hear that. Reed Wilkins show will be coming up from 3 to 6, and he'll be on the post-game show tonight. Reed's Reed. James Barrels, I'm going to say this because we can. Subway, better than pieces of shit for breakfast. Definitely. That's a great Happy Gilmore line as well. James. Next Wednesday, we'll be live at Subway. Very much looking forward to it. Everybody loves Subway. Looking forward to being that. That's going to do it for the Boston Pizza Oil Stream, brought to you in part by Popeyes. They've got that 3-piece bucket of chicken right now. 3 pieces, bone in, just $8. And of course, Edmonton Sports Talk, brought to you by Play Alberta. Tommy will be back with the pregame show tonight at 7 o'clock. Post-game to follow. EST Afternoons is on the way next year as our coverage of great sports talk in general continues here on TuneIn, on iHeart, at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, and over on YouTube. Turn on autoplay. I'll take you right on over to EST Afternoons. Hernan and Gager locked in, fired up, ready to go. Can't wait for that. For Tom Gazzola, Tommy, you have good pre and post tonight, man. Look after Benny. I am Dustin Nielson. I'll be recapping it all tomorrow morning on the Nielson Show. Take it easy.